This is not Joey Wheeler's deck. This is a deck designed to be as competitive as possible using only cards Joey plays. Please don't be sipping that haterade. Okay, thanks. Yo, what up YouTube? It's Bryce doing my Joey Wheeler deck profile basically. Like I said in the little disclaimer thing, this is not Joey's actual deck. It is a deck comprised only of cards Joey uses with an attempt to still be remotely competitive basically. Anyway, let's get on to the deck. We start off with 3 Axe Raider. This is sort of a beater, I guess. It's what we have to work with as far as Joey's arsenal is concerned. 3 Gearfried, same concept, a beater basically. 3 Goblin Attack Force, obviously this is a beater, and it's actually a pretty decent one. We have Little Wingguard. He's 1400, 1800 defense, and you can attack with him and then change him to defense during the end phase. So you can just get in there for 14 and then still have him in defense mode at 18, so that's decent. Plus he's a warrior, which all these are, which sort of promotes some synergy. We have 3 Marauding Captain. Obviously you can make the soft lock with 2 Marauding Captains, or you can just bring out another monster, sort of Swarm or whatever, plus it's a warrior. And then the Fiend Mega Cyber. This is sort of like an awful Cyber Dragon. If your opponent has 2 or more cards, or 2 or more monsters than you do, you can special summon him, so we play one of him. And he's also a warrior. Foolish Burial. Joey does play Monster Reborn, so basically the only point in this card is to dump whatever monster to Monster Reborn it, like Red Eyes or Jinzo. 3 Lightning Blade. You might think this is awful, but it makes our monsters kind of beefy. Like, even on Marauding Captain, it makes him 2,000. If you get this on a Goblin Attack Force, it goes up to 2,900, so it's pretty beefy. And if you happen to run into any random water monsters, it's good against that. And basically, we just play this because of the limited card pool that we have available. Joey does play Monster Reborn, so that's lucky for the deck, basically. They get that Monster Reborn. It's unfortunate that Heavy Storm is, you know, at 1 right now, and Trunade is banned because Joey does play Giant Trunade. So we would have been able to play that if it was still legal, but it's not. So anyway, Warrior Returning Alive, we play 2 of this just because it gets back any of your warriors, which is any of the monsters I've mentioned so far, including the Fiend Mega Cyber. So you get back that Marauding Captain, and just make more field presence or get back whatever. 2 Bottomless. Joey does play Bottomless during, I think, the virtual reality world, little segment of the show. So that's fortunate. We get that 2 Bottomless in there. Grave Robber. This is kind of a classic Joey card. It's not as good in real life as it is in the show, but basically the idea of this would be to take their Dark Hole or Heavy Storm or whatever and activate it. Kunai with Chain. This is another staple Joey card. I had it at 3, then I bumped it down just because. Actually to put in a Skull Dice or something, I think. It's an alright card. It can beef stuff up by 500, which is good. You can use it in the damage step. And also you can use it as a sort of econ type thing, just to switch him to defense. Or switch your opponent's monster to defense. Magical Arm Shield. This is really good when you get it off, but it's pretty conditional. But again, a classic Joey card. And we play 2. 3 Trap Hole. Joey does play that Trap Hole, which just gives us a little bit of way to respond to summon at all. Once they get big monsters on the field, though, unless we can take their Dark Hole with Grave Robber or beat over it with like a Goblin Attack Force, we're probably screwed. But anyway, we've got Time Wizard in here, just a classic Joey card. We play 1 because it's super, super situational. But I guess if you do get this off, it's another way to deal with big monsters. And then 1 Jinzo, because we play enough traps that this is conflicting with the deck, but you gotta play that Jinzo in a Joey deck. And same concept, Red Eyes. It's a terrible card, but Joey played it, and so obviously we have to. Scapegoat, it's actually a pretty good card. Play more if I could, but it's at 1, and of course Joey always used this card. And then Graceful Dice and Skull Dice. These cards are actually decent. I didn't know they affected your entire opponent's side of the field or your entire side of the field. That's decent, but just the potential that you could only be affecting the game by 100 points just isn't worth it, basically. Anyway, that's the main deck, and onto the extra deck. We play that Flame Swordsman. We can't even get him out, but, you gotta play that Flame Swordsman. Thousand Dragon, can't get him out either, unless I guess we Our opponent had a fusion gate on the field, and we monster reborned their baby dragon. Then we could get this out. And same concept with Black Skull Dragon. I guess if they had a fusion gate and we reborn their Summon Skull, we could get it out, but other than that, we can't. Ally Justice Catastor. That's just a staple 5, Brionic, staple 6, staple 7, a pretty good 8-star, and then a staple 9. Then we run Zen mains just because we have the Marauding Captains and Leviair for the same reason, and Leviathan for that reason. 1 Roach just because we can make 4s pretty easily in this deck, and then 2 Utopia because we can make 4s easily. And then Gemini Pearl, just because you never know what's going to happen on Dueling Network. Might need to beat over something that's 25, and we make 4s pretty easily, like I've said a couple times. You can obviously take out the fusions if you're not feeling them. Make them other Xyz or whatever. The only way we can synchro is with Monster Reborn. So, anyway, that's my Joey deck. Hopefully people aren't hating on it for not being Joey's actual deck. It's just a deck based on cards he uses. I'm 2-0 with this so far on Dueling Network, so I decided to do the deck profile. Hope you guys like it, I guess, and, peace.